Alright, so I figured out how the Lions could make the playoffs. Everything that has to go their way. Bucks have to beat the Falcons, that's possible. Cardinals beat the Bears. The Lions have to win this week, they have to win out, basically. Jets have to beat the Eagles, because if the Eagles win that, then the Eagles are in the playoffs. So the Jets have to beat the Eagles, which that's pretty unlikely. The Raiders have to beat Washington, which is possible. So it's possible that they're still in the playoffs by now. Because, I could see the Jets beating the Eagles. The Steelers have to beat the Vikings. The Falcons have to beat the Panthers. Because if the Panthers beat the Falcons, then they're in. So Falcons have to beat the Panthers. Jets have to continue winning, beat the Saints. Cowboys have to beat Washington. Chargers have to beat the Giants. And the Lions, of course, have to keep winning. But the Jets is the main factor. Might hold the Lions back from the playoffs. Besides themselves, obviously. They're probably going to lose against the Vikings this week. Next up, the Bills have to beat the Panthers. That one's possible. Washington has to beat the Eagles. That one's also possible. Now the Lions have to beat the Cardinals, though, which that's going to be very difficult. The Bears have to beat the Vikings. Seen weirder things than that. Saints have to beat the Bucks again. Well, actually, that game doesn't really matter. So the Bucks can beat the Saints. The Niners have to beat the Falcons. The Cowboys have to beat the Giants. So all of this is pretty possible, I would say. Except for the Lions actually beating any team in the first place, and also the Jets have to win a couple of those next games, which is possible because anything's possible in the NFL. Next up, so the Lions have to beat the Falcons. Very important head-to-head matchup for the playoffs if this scenario actually did happen, hypothetically. Bucks have to beat the Panthers. Rams have to beat the Vikings. Giants have to beat the Eagles again. Seahawks have to beat the Bears. Cowboys have to beat Washington. Miami has to beat the Saints. Bills have to beat the Falcons. Bears have to beat the Giants. Panthers have to beat the Saints. The Eagles have to beat Washington. The Lions have to beat the Seahawks. Packers have to beat the Vikings this time. Saints and Falcons have to tie, though, which this one's kind of unlikely, but it's possible. Yeah. And then Lions have to beat the Packers somehow. Well, they might be sitting their starters, though, because they might already have the number 1 seed. The Bucks have to beat the Panthers again. Cowboys have to beat the Eagles. Giants have to beat Washington. Vikings have to beat the Bears. This is all possible. The only thing I'm iffy on is the Jets beating the Eagles and then the Saints. But it's possible, so they can make the playoffs.